Hi Virgos, welcome to your October 2018 monthly readings. So these are going to be done different than I've been doing them. I'm going to be using these cards called the 22 Gifts. They're Kabbalah. They're in Hebrew. I don't speak Hebrew. I am interested in Kabbalah though. So I'm going to be doing these readings sporadically. But hopefully I get them all out before October. I got a house sit for my sister. She's going away next week, so I'll be getting a bunch of them done while I'm house sitting. So with these cards, it comes with two booklets. One is a more self-reflective, okay, and then the other one is a very positive one. I'm going to read from the more self-reflective one first, and then I'll read from the other booklet. I'm using two decks as well. I enjoy using two decks. The second deck is for me because it's fun. The first deck that I haven't used on YouTube yet. There are symbols in there. If I do see a symbol, I will check the booklet. It's kind of cool how I didn't even know that that deck had symbols on it. But when I purchased that deck, I had purchased this deck as well. And the symbols in the on the cards in this deck are actually in the booklet. So that was kind of cool how that worked out. If you just follow your instincts, things tend to work out for you. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to read from the booklet now. You got number 1. It's purple. Purple is very spiritual. Okay, also talks about new beginnings. Number 1, if you know numerology. Okay. So in the booklet, it says, this card comes up to support people who are facing new beginnings in their life, especially if the new path was intended by themselves and is usually unusual or groundbreaking. All right? I get nervous when I read out loud to other people. I got a Virgo rising, so I'm pretty shy. You know what I mean? Like, I start stuttering and stuff. It's really ridiculous. Okay, so it says fatigue and a sense of disgust with existing situations and a desire to embark on a new path to ignite change. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then it says it is possible that you are adhering to conventional lifestyles and attachments to fixed frameworks that dictate you how to conduct yourself, empty you of your energies. It says, do you only act on the expectations of others, trialing others? I don't know what that means. It says, do you lack the courage to go your own unique way if it is unacceptable to the people closest to you? Do you let emotions take control of your decision making, ignoring the ways of logic? That took a while to get out, eh? So now we're going to read from the more positive booklet here. So, okay. So this card has to do with grace and strength. Okay, and it has to do with fall and springtime, and it is fall season now, okay? So when fall happens, changes are happening. So this card gives you the gifts of wisdom, consciousness, and intellect, helps you put energy and spiritual powers into your daily activities, to demonstrate leadership and courage, to get up and ignite, generate new reality, go in unconventional ways, develop free will, and stick to your inner truth. This card strengthens the heart and spirit. Okay, and then when this card comes up, it says it's good times for new beginnings and fulfillment of aspirations. Okay, and fall and spring have some importance to you. Okay, so like in fall season, the leaves start changing, right? Things start dying. It looks like it's dying, but in springtime, it buds again, and it's like new birth starts, right? Like flowers start blooming. So if you have an idea of something, so now's the transformation time. So now it's time for you to put away the things that have no longer been working for you, okay, or that you've been scared to try or do, and actually do them. You know, like in springtime, it seems like things can come to fruition for you guys. All right, like, so that means it's time to study, Virgos. It's time to learn new things, okay? And logic is really important for you guys. It is in there. It did say that, okay? And logic is something, you have the Hermit that just came out. Logic is something that you actually think air signs, those of you who know astrology, are good at, okay? So air signs would be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, all right? But logic is something that philosophers use, all right? And when philosophers use logic, okay, they're not afraid to look at hard truths, all right? Ugly truths. And when they're looking for answers for things, they're not looking for an answer that's sugar-coated. They really don't care about, and it can sound rude or cruel, they really don't care about the opinions of others. They're looking for hardcore truth, okay? And they don't care if that truth is pretty or ugly. They just want to know the truth, okay? And they use logic to get to that truth. I don't know what that means for you guys. But perhaps philosophy, some sort of philosopher, has an importance to you, okay? So that's the card you guys got, and it says search on it. And this is a Virgo card, all right? Virgos are the Hermit, okay? So it's like you're searching for an answer for something, okay? Usually your answers will come from the self if you follow your intuition, all right? Like, and don't worry, Virgos. Like, I feel like you're worrying about something, and here's the thing with worry, right? Like, when you worry, you're answering, you're praying to the devil, all right? The devil hears your worries, and you can bring that to fruition. You know what I mean? So you had, I was only looking for 3 cards, but you got 5 here. So you have the Page of Cups. It says understanding on it. You have the 8 of Wands, which is swiftness. You have the Page of Swords, which is conflict. Okay, the Swords characters in this deck are the only cards that I really don't like because the way they portray them as the more negative, right? And then you have 7 of Cups, which is projections. Okay. 7 of Cups talk about illusions, all right? And people could be projecting their illusions onto you. So what does that mean? Well, I use this example in somebody else's video. I forget who it was. Okay, so projections. All right, so the example I used was a long time ago. I had a family member who had stole from me quite a few times. Okay, and I forgave that person. You know what I mean? Because everybody is facing their own demons. All right, like and their pride and ego got in the way. They didn't want to ask for help, so they stole instead of asking for help. Okay, so later on in life, they would project who they were onto other people, as in they were constantly accusing people of stealing from them, all right? Because that was a projection. That was who they were. It's not who the people were around them, but it was who they were, okay? That was a projection, all right? Where, if that makes sense. You got 2 pages here, okay? The Page of Cups is a really good friend. They're very understanding. The Cups characters I really enjoy because they're really good friends. They're emotionally there to nurture you. They're great listeners, and it seems like you may have a friend who has the ability to give you answers. Okay, and it's interesting I said philosophy because you have the 8 of Wands here. Okay, and the 8 of Wands is a Sagittarian card. It's actually a Sag-Mercury card. Okay, I know that energy well. I have it. It's quite chaotic. It is a chaotic energy. I'm not gonna lie, you people. Okay, it's a lot of information coming at you, a lot of people coming at you, a lot of ideas coming at you. It can be very overwhelming. All right, but it's also the energy of how can I describe it? It's best in this deck actually when the Eight of Wands comes up. I feel like it describes it best. In that deck, it shows an alien and it shows like energy beams coming down into a person, and the person's just like has its arms out like, oh, let it happen, you know, like. So the best way I could describe this energy, it's like it's even spiritual, as in the sense of you receiving answers through communication, okay? Or when you're out and about and you're doing things, you'll come into contact with people that will give you information about something that's occurring in your life. Okay, it's a seeing energy, but it's also an experience energy. Okay, like you experience things, whether you want to or not. Okay, but the best way I could describe this energy is it's like almost like letting it happen. You might be scared while it's happening, or you have no idea what's happening, but at the same time you're enthusiastic and excited about it happening, where you're like, oh my god, this is terrifying, but oh my god, this is fantastic, let's just let it happen. All right, like what's happening right now, you don't know until you go through the experience. All right, so this is like oh, I got my Deadpool shirt on. Deadpool. So this is like the best way I could describe this is if you guys seen Deadpool 2, okay? So in Deadpool 2, you have that one lady, okay, when Deadpool is recruiting for his new team, and the one lady comes in and he's like, what's your superpower? And she's like, my superpower is luck. And he's like, luck's not a superpower. And she's like, yes it is. And he's like, luck is not a superpower. And she's like, yes it is. And then I think he asked her, why are you here? And she's like, I don't know yet. Right? Like she's like, I'm meant to be here, but I don't know yet. I don't know why I'm here yet. Right? Like she's letting it flow. If you haven't seen that movie, watch that movie. All right? You just got to let things happen. You can't control an outcome. You can't worry about an outcome because again, like I said, if you're worrying, then you're praying to the devil. All right? The devil hears your worries and he will answer those worries. All right? And the devil doesn't trap you in reality, he traps you in the mind, okay? With the swords, that's the mind, that's mental thought, all right? So whatever conflict that you're looking, okay, this is, see how I'm like going like, getting interrupted, like a thought within a thought, that's very much a Sag Mercury energy. It's fast, very fast, okay? Like it's a lot happening at once. Okay, if you're searching for answers, okay, you have these answers within you, Virgo. You don't need to be looking outwardly for the answers. You need to quiet your mind and stop allowing other people's opinions and thoughts and ideas to interfere with you, okay? You need to really listen to your intuition and really quiet the mind, okay? So if you have a problem and you're searching for an answer for it, okay, you already know what the problem is. So dwelling on it and worrying about it is not going to accomplish anything. You're looking for the solution for it, okay? So if you're dwelling on a problem, the only reason you should be dwelling on it is because you're looking for what created that problem, okay? And then you want to look for the solution. Once you realize what created the problem, then you have the solution. You know what to do and what not to do, okay? And then for some of you guys, if you're in love relationships, you could be in love relationships at a distance, okay? Like, and like, because with Sag Mercury, it's known as Cupid's arrows, okay? Like, it's very loving. So this is like if you're in a relationship, well, and you're searching for that spark to get back in your relationship, it's like sending love messages, like, you know, like telling, like little texts in the daytime, okay? It's like, it's movement too and action oriented. So it's like, if your spouse is always cooking dinner, then it's like you attempt to cook dinner one day, okay? Or you're taking your partner out with the Page of Cups, it's romance, right? Like you really want to be, you know, like you could do something romantic. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but like if you got a backyard, it's like in a projector, okay, you can have a movie night in your backyard, you know, make dinner or whatever and put a sheet up and you project the movie onto the, because projections is here. That's probably why it just came up. And then you play the movie on the sheets outside. You could do this with your family too, right? Have a family movie night outside, right? If you have good weather. Okay, it's talking about romance. So that is date night, you know, like a movie night, going out with you, if that's something that you don't do. All right, like, and you have a clock here, like time is really important to you guys. You're contemplating things. It could be a very busy month for you guys, though. There's a lot of movement. You could be traveling, short distance travels, long distance travels. There's trips that you might be planning, or there's events and things you want to get done that you're going to be planning. But this is a very creative time for you as well. You're going to be getting a lot of inspiration and a lot of ideas. But with projections, you want to be careful of that with the information, because the Eight of Wands is a lot of outside coming at you as well. All right, like it doesn't just have to do with yourself. It's a lot of people that come to you, right? And as Virgos, usually a lot of people come to you because they problem solving, right? You're really good at problem solving. Okay, but it's also like if you're like watching a lot of tarot videos, okay, and they're based on love. All right, I don't do love tarot videos because, well, I believe in free will, and I also love is one of the most precious gifts that you get in life. And I'm not going to interfere in that and create problems in that, all right? If I do talk about love, I'm looking for solutions. I'm not looking for problems, okay? In today's society, we're all about instant gratification. So people tend not to stay in long-term relationships. They tend to drop it because they're always looking for the next thing, all right? Something more exciting, all right? Where love is not supposed to be like that, okay? That's thrill-seeking. Okay, love takes a lot of work. It's hard work. Okay, the best way to describe love, even if it's with a romantic partner, it's like a mother to a child, a father to a child. Okay, the children usually upset them. Things don't go the way they want. They don't do what they want. They don't end up getting into the careers that the parents want. But at the same time, that parent is still there to love and support you no matter what you do through all the hard times, all the heartache. They're there to pick you up, bring you to the doctor's appointments. They're there to feed you. They're there to nurture you when you're sick. That's all things that you do in a relationship. You don't give up on each other, right? Like, your parents are there to, like, inspire you and spark things in you, to challenge you. Okay, they put you in soccer, they put you in football, they put you in ballet, they put you in dance lessons, they put you in piano lessons. You know, they give you new experiences, and that's what a partner is supposed to do too. They're there to help you grow and pick you up when you fall. All right, because when you're a parent and your child ends up not liking something, you put them in something else. You're trying to challenge them. You're trying to expand their minds. All right, you need to put that into your relationship somehow. But if you're listening to a lot of tarot videos, okay, because with the Eight of Wands, it's a lot of messages about love in some manner coming at you that's causing conflict, and you seem to be searching for an answer that has to do with something about romance, love, and understanding it. And these people could be projecting their own inner wounds onto you. So this means that, okay, well, they might not be working for light, they could be working for dark. All right, you have to ensure that the people that you're going to are healed and are working for light. So they're not out for their own gratification. I just seen the Six of Wands. So that means, like, okay, I do this for free. All right, this is not something that I charge money for. I don't do personal readings for people, okay, because I don't want my soul to be tainted. I'm not gonna make money off of trying to help people. You know what I mean? You do things out of the goodness of your heart, correct? Okay, like, and you could have some people that, you know, that are giving you faulty information about your relationship because they're just looking out for their own gratification. They're trying to make money off of you. They want you to continuously come back to them. All right, like, and they're giving you problems, and you're looking for solutions. So ensure the people that you're going to have solutions and not giving you problems. And what, like, I mean, like, they could be giving you information about your person is cheating on you. That's going to create fear in you, and that's going to create conflict, okay? Because they're projecting their own inner woundings on you. They're going to make you worry, okay? If you want to know how a person's thinking or feeling, you need to ask them, okay? You got to ask them. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go looking to some reader that could be giving you conflict or making you worry, all right? I see daisies. I don't know why I'm seeing daisies. I'm seeing yellow daisies. I don't know if somebody really likes flowers. So it's like if your partner, buy some flowers for them, you know, like this is going out with your friends too, like having a good time with your friends. If that opportunity comes up, it's definitely talking about doing that. For some of you Virgos, you could have some haters around you. All right, and then they're just going to project their inner woundings onto you. We got 2 cards that fell out. We have the King of Cups. Okay, so if you're a Virgo male, it is talking about being more emotional, loving. All right, the King of Cups. It's funny because when that came up, I was like, the words that came to my mind, it's from a song. I don't know what song it's from. It's like, give me that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. That's you know, women need that. All right, and men need that too. They do need that. All right, some men, they don't feel safe, like they can express themselves emotionally, and till a woman has done it for usually a time period. Okay, like you might have, like, you got to nurture them, you know, like you could. But if you have a partner, they're looking for that more romantic and emotional side. How do you feel? Okay, like they want to know that. Then you have the Five of Pentacles. This is like being left out in the cold. All right, finances. It's like almost like you're searching for answers of self-validation, and I don't know why you're searching for that. It's like maybe you got a crush on somebody, or you're in a partnership with somebody and you like don't know how they feel about you or what they're thinking, and you're searching for answers in an unorthodox way that aren't going to help you. If you want to know how a person feels or think about you, you just ask them. All right, like, and perhaps, like, you really got to listen, Virgo. Like, listening is quite important. So what it's talking about, it's like talking about not reacting, okay? It's talking about listening before you respond, okay? Because you really want to see where people are coming from. So it's almost like when people are in a chaotic manner, they're acting out of fear, okay? And when they're acting out of fear, that's because they're scared, all right? And that, like, so if they're argumentative, okay, if this is happening at work, like people are getting really like causing conflict, well, they're scared. They're scared of losing their job. They're scared of somebody outdoing them. Okay, so you just want to be aware of that. Okay, so then you want to nurture them. You want to, the way you want to respond to them, okay, because you could see that as, oh my God, they're creating chaos. Like this person is so like uh, you could look at it as in a bad manner, like, oh, there's something wrong with this person, like they're causing problems, and you can look at them like, I want nothing to do with you. But what you really need to listen, and what you really need to see is that they're scared. So then you really got to understand that that's not really who they are, because they're scared. They don't know what to do, and you need to ground them a bit and emotionally support them with the King of Cups, and somehow, what's the word I'm looking for? You need to somehow tame them, if that makes sense. So you have to give them, they're searching for answers. You have to give them some sort of answer to help tame them. Okay, when people argue or they fight, it means they care. So if it's in your relationship, they care. They're upset. They're not um, they're not able to express themselves as in the King of Cups manner, which he would be able to express how he feels, or if you hurt him, or if he loves you, he'd be able to express that. Okay, so you could have a partner that's not able to do that. They do that with actions. Okay, so this means like they might not be the most romantic person, but they'll cook you a meal. All right, like how can I describe that? I'm one of those people. I can be one of those people. Okay, so how can I explain this? Like, I had a friend, okay, he just lost his son. All right, and it's quite sad. I actually grew up with his sister, or the gentleman's daughter and son. Okay, I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to start crying. But in that scenario, okay, there's nothing you can really do for a person that's lost somebody. All right, I can't go to him and ask him how he's feeling, or like tell him I'm sorry for your loss or something. That's not gonna help the situation. That's not gonna fix the situation at all. Like, but I got a lot of earth energy in me, so I'm a doer as well with the fire energy. So the way I show my love for him, okay, is I ended up cooking a bunch of meals, okay, and I froze them, and so I made like almost like TV dinners from him, but like home cooked meals, okay? And because in a situation where he's lost somebody, he's going to be so depressed and sad, and he's not going to be able to take care of himself. So the only thing that I could do, and in order to show my love for him and my appreciation for him, is feed him, all right? Because that's love. Okay, I'm Portuguese, that's love, all right? But that was a way of me trying to help him in a time of need, okay? Or offer him, like, do you need help with the funeral and stuff like that? Like, are there things that I can do for you? All right, like everybody expresses love differently, okay? Like, because his health is important. That's why I cooked meals. And usually when people suffer loss, they're not really thinking about themselves or taking care of themselves. They're in a deprived state, all right, and a state of confusion. You have barriers here, and then you have 9 of Wands, okay? And there's a UFO ship in here, all right? Like, so what I'm getting is, like, it's going back to, like, the message in that booklet of, like, foreign, all right? A UFO is foreign, and people would be scared of something that was alien, all right? And he looks like an alien, okay? So maybe some of you guys aren't used to somebody that's emotionally open and loving, and that if you suffer from some sort of childhood trauma, that could scare you off. You could turn into a runner, all right? Where the 9 of Wands is talking about standing your ground, all right? Like, it's also like a lot coming at you. So when people are coming at you, it's not to act, okay, with red, that is like fury. It's like anger. It's not to react in that manner. It's to stay calm, cool, and collective, like the King of Cups, okay? King of Cups is like a counselor. They're great in positions of conflict, okay? Because they're not quick responders. They're listeners. They're observers as well. The King of Cups is usually quite romantic. I feel like some of you could be in a long distance relationship and it's making you feel out in the cold, but that's fine. Like, this is just, I don't mean it's fine that you feel like you're left out in the cold. Okay, when you're at a distance from somebody, well, that's just to be expected. Okay, well, um, you're learning how to control yourself and how to express love in a different manner. So maybe as a Virgo, because Virgos probably aren't the most expressive people, okay, like unless they're like, when they're newly in love, Virgos turn into like Beyonce, like upgrade you. All right, Virgos are highly magical when they're in love. It's a beautiful thing. I love seeing Virgos when they're in love with somebody, okay? It's like magic starts creating. You are the magician, all right? Like, not everybody deserves that from you, though, Virgo, okay? There's also this sense here, if you're, oh man, I'm getting a lot in your reading, okay? Okay, Virgos, you may be picking partners that aren't emotionally there for you. You're the one that's emotionally there for them. You're always solving problems for them. Okay, so what do I mean by that? It's like Virgos, you have this thing, okay? You're getting into relationships if you're single, okay? If you're in a couple, it's totally different for you guys. But if you're single, you've been getting into relationships where the other person needs you because you're the fixer. You like they have problems from their past or whatever that you like you you've been picking partners that need you. Like how can I explain that? Like you don't need them, they need you. And you're picking the partner because they need you. Like and that's you need to be going for partners where it's 50-50. You end up needing them sometimes and they need you. Like it's not your job to fix everybody. Okay? Like that like you're depriving yourself with the five of pentacles as being like left out in the cold. You're depriving yourself of what true love can be, and it's emotional, it's beautiful, and it can be scary to need somebody. All right, like, or you're going to come into contact with a person who's used to picking people that need them. Okay, like because Virgos are great counselors too. You have the Ace of Cups here. There is love coming in. Like, okay, and with the hummingbird here, the hummingbird's a really fast mover. Okay, that's very fiery. Hummingbirds remind me of fire signs. Okay, but the warning with the hummingbird is they exert a lot of energy. Okay, so you may be in a phase where you're exerting a lot of energy and you need to charge that up. So how do you do that? Okay, and it even said in, I think in the booklet, it is possible that you're adhering to conventional lifestyles and attachment to fixed frameworks that dictate you how to conduct yourself, empty you of energy. Okay? You need to conserve your energy. And the thing with hummingbirds is that they go for sugar, all right? Because sugar is how they replenish their energy. So it's like if you're energetically drained, you really want to ensure that you're nurturing yourself with the Five of Pentacles. This is material with the proper nutrition. Okay, so not drinking pop or soda, I think that's what they call it in the States, or sugary drinks or junk food, okay? Because when you're craving sugar, when your energy is depleted, you're craving sugar because you need your energy to level up again, right? You're replenishing the energy that you're lacking. Okay, you want to ensure that you're replenishing it with natural sugars, okay? Like, so it's not wrong that your body is craving that sugar. It's just probably wrong the manner you're putting it in your body. So you want to ensure that you're putting like apples, oranges, strawberries, natural fruits to gain that energy back. Okay, energy drinks I'm seeing is not good for you, Virgo. That's just going to deplete you even more. You don't, okay? You want to get your energy in a healthy manner. That stuff is horrible for you. What you need to know, Virgo, is you have all of the tools necessary. Okay? You're going to have to be a listener. You're going to have to you're gonna have to step back and observe and really listen. Okay? What you need to know also is that there's conflict, yes, but you need to see that conflict as in a different manner somehow. It could be inner conflict with yourself, or it could be conflict with other people around you. You need to know that there is going to be some sort of conflict that occurs. You have all the tools necessary to address it. Okay? You're going to need to pause, and you might need to search for answers or do research. Okay? You also need to know that you are quite nurturing. Okay? Your need to fix people constantly could be why you're in getting relationships that getting involved into relationships where you're the one that's needed. Okay, like, because Virgos need to fix things. They do, right? You're great problem solvers. But you're very loving and compassionate. Okay, and you also need to know that you could have a water sign around you that is interested in you, and it can cause conflict in you somehow. I'm not sure how. You might be panicking. You might be like, do I really want this? Am I ready for this? I mean, it's wise for you to ask yourself those questions because you don't want to hurt somebody. Okay? Like, what you need to show is understanding, compassion. Okay? But you do have to have firm boundaries. All right? So that's like, you can show somebody nurturing and support, but you also have to have those healthy boundaries. Okay, so what do I mean by that is, like, this gentleman that I've known for, like, I worked with him for 10 years, the one that lost his son. Okay, he's an alcoholic. All right, like, and I had to separate myself from a bunch of people years ago. All right, because they were no longer serving me. Like, and I don't mean serving me by, okay, I constantly had to bail him out of trouble. All right, like, he would get caught drinking and driving, and I'd have to go pick up his vehicle, bring him home, or he'd be hammered at some place, and I'd have to go pick him up. You know what I mean? Like, and then drop him off. Like, so it became like a situation where he wasn't going to straighten up unless I created some distance from him. All right, I had to create barriers. All right. But at the same time, I haven't spoken to him for, like, I think 3 years. And then I just found out, like, it was on Tuesday that his son passed away. So, you know, and that guy ended up screwing me over too at work. Okay. Like, but, I showed forgiveness and compassion because at the end of the day, like, you can put your differences aside and, I still care for that person, but I created healthy boundaries, as in, I'm going to nurture you and show you compassion, but I'm going to have my barriers. So, like, going over and I know that he's going to spiral down, right? But it's not my job to be his mother. I'm not his mother. You know what I mean? So the best I could do is nurture him in a way where I can also protect myself from getting sucked back into that negativity. You know what I mean? But still be a loving friend for him. Okay, like, because it's important that you still support people. And I did meals for him, and I'll go back and I'll get him more meals. Make sure he's eating. You know what I mean? Like, and I will probably lecture him on drinking. All right. What you need to grow is when you need help, asking for help. All right. If you and searching your for optimism here. Okay. Worrying is not going to do anything. You're looking for answers. You're not looking for worrying. All right. Like, because Sages are, like, a lot of people can see them as, like, oh, they're very optimistic. They're happy. They're outgoing. Okay. That's not necessarily always true. It's just the way they handle problems. Okay. When they get a problem, they don't focus on the problem. They're looking for the solution. All right. The fire signs are very self-reflective. So that's why they're so expressive in the moment. Okay, when they're angry, they're angry. When they're sad in that moment. They don't hide things. This guy will hide things. Okay? He'll keep it in, and it's not healthy. It'll come out in a negative manner. All right, like, but you need to not hold on to things, and you need to look for solutions for things. You need to move forward. You need to create change. Okay, you need to trust your intuition, because as a Virgo, you're highly sensitive to energy. All right, like, and you need to create healthy barriers with people, and that includes yourself. Okay, that's calling yourself out on some ish and then holding yourself accountable for it, because like, you can point the finger all you want at other people did this, other people did that, but you accepted it. All right, you stayed in that situation. You involved yourself with that person. Okay, now that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Take responsibility for that, and then ask yourself why. All right. And usually as a Virgo, it's because you're very caring, you're very understanding, you're very nurturing, but you also have this like need to be needed and help people and fix them constantly. And you can't do that all the time. You can help people, but you have to have a healthy boundary while you're doing it. Okay. Like, because it can't come at the cost of yourself. Like you're depleting your own energy for other people, and that's energy that you need to put into yourself. Okay. Because when you're at your best, the people around you will be at their best. Okay. Like, what you need to grow is looking for answers, have an action, movement, new experiences, okay, not being afraid to try new things, not being afraid to send messages of love out to your partner, okay, or your friends. If you love them, you know, you got to show that, all right? There's something about time here. Take your time with things. Don't move too quickly on them, all right? Uh, with the Eight of Wands, it's a lot of different ideas coming at you. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to just follow one. You can try them all out, you know, like. Oh, and you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this is talking about male or female being action oriented. If you're a male, this is talking about you need to really think about how your actions are going to affect the other aspects of your life. Okay, so what's an example? Because if you're dealing with your partner, that's what's going to cause conflict, is that they think that, okay, like maybe you go out on the weekend with your buddies all the time, and you're not thinking about how that action is going to affect your partner. Maybe it's like, okay, you go out once with your buddies, but the other day you stay home and you cook with your partner. You do something romantic. All right? Like, because you got to really think about how your actions are causing reactions to the people around you. Okay? Or vice versa, how other people's actions are causing the reactions to you. Okay? But this is the energy that you're going to have to take on. You're going to have to be confident, action-oriented, okay? And if you fall, you're going to get back up. Because the Queen of Wands, when she fails, it's never a failure to her. Okay? She learned and she grew from that. And she'll take that experience and that knowledge she gained from that failure and push forward with it. But this is also the one where if people tell her no, and she's got an idea in her mind, she really doesn't care. She'll still pursue it, okay? Because she's got to know for herself. Where just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean it can't work out for you. All right, like it's action oriented. Oh, look, and there's sunflowers in this one. I was seeing daisies. I don't know why I was seeing daisies. And with the Black Panther here, I see that as you guys. Okay, Panthers I see as Virgos because they have extraordinary, accurate sight. They get what they want. Okay, but they see details like clearly. All right. What's seen in the dark does come to light. Like, you'll be guided, you guys. Follow your intuition. The number 3 has some importance to you guys. I don't know what that means. Like, okay, a lot of people don't be like with logic, all right? Like, as a philosopher mindset, okay? A philosopher, okay, logic from an air sign point of view is like 1 + 1 = 2. That's logical, right? It's true, okay? A philosopher, though, is looking for truth, okay? And a philosopher would understand that 1 + 1 can also equal 3, all right? And people are like, what? Okay, so when I'm, okay, well, how am I going to say this? When a woman and a man come together, that's 2. So 1 + 1 = 2. But they can create a child from that, which will equals 3, right? So 1 + 1, that's 2 people come together, does not always equals 2. It can equals 3 because they're going to create a new life form, right? So 1 + 1 created 3, like if that makes sense, okay? You're looking for philosophical answers here somehow. I'm not sure how. I don't know if this reading's going to make sense for you guys, but hopefully that helped you out. You do need to grow, taking action, being unapologetically you, not being concerned about the opinions around you, and doing what's best for you, because what's best for you is best for the people around you. All right? This is also the woman that will give you hugs and kisses too. She does do that. You know, she's action oriented. So when she loves you, like she hugs, like this means like with your mom and dad even, you know, like hugging them, you know, like telling them I love you, right? Life is short. You never know what's around the corner. Nobody knows when their time's going to come. All right? That kid that passed away, he was 28 years old. All right? And it was sudden in the middle of the night, you know, like nobody knows when their time is. Life is short, so enjoy it. Don't be worrying about how other people are going to perceive you. You're here to learn and live. And you have to live by experience, by having new experiences. All right? Like, don't be afraid to go after what you want, or be truly who you are, and not apologize for it. Like, you do got to take action. All right? Like I said, accountability comes down to you. You can't be like, oh, well, this person's not doing this person's not doing that. It doesn't matter. What are you doing? What are you doing to fix the situation? What are you doing to create new, the outcome that you want in your life? Okay, like you don't have to wait for a person to say I love you. You can do that. All right, like you don't have to wait for a guy to come and make advancements at you. The Queen of Wands, when she likes somebody, she goes after them. All right, she'll ask them out. All right, like because she's not afraid to be rejected. If she's rejected, she's just like, okay, like going back to Deadpool. All right, Lady Luck in that Deadpool there. I don't know, I forget what that character's name is. All right, she just lets things flow. All right, I think you should watch that movie, you guys, Deadpool 2. All right, like I see the Deadpool character as like a Gemini. You know, or a Scorpio. It could be a Scorpio. All right, like. All right, you guys, hopefully this helped you out. They're a bit longer, but they are monthly. So, all right, you guys, namaste, and I will talk to you next month. Ciao for now.